Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Pollo,
This is Polito.
and we are here with Peace Talk, Rock, and Shit.
We are here on a Friday afternoon, late.
It's
Friday
evening, bro.
night.
I don't know. It's Friday
Friday
afternoon,
night,
evening. I would
you know.
struggle with that, too, to be
It
honest.
was a long week. You had me waking up at 4 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, guys,
day.
by the way, he's been
So-
hitting the gym, House of Gains gym with me every morning. He's
Yeah.
been consistent. He's been on time. I've been the one that's been, like, minutes late type
It's funny
shit.
because I get here every Friday late.
He gets here late
On Fridays.
on
yeah.
Fridays, and I get to the gym, like, a couple minutes late, except for one day I did get there, like, 20 minutes late, but...
When you fell asleep, yeah.
I don't know. I woke up and then I knocked out again by accident. Well, not even by. I just knocked out again. But
It
we're
happens.
still fucking putting in the work, and I got him super sore. So
Exactly. I'm super sore.
super
so
sore from all the places.
I couldn't even step up your little step on the
On the what?
sidewalk.
Oh, it's, yeah. You
Yeah.
kind of like fucking like try
Yeah.
to go over it and stuff.
Like 1 foot over. But anyways, I think today we are talking about self-doubt, and that was something one of our friends brought up to us, on the any comments, questions, concerns, and I think self-doubt is perfect for today because there's not a single day, at least for me, that I don't have self-doubt in myself.
Exactly, dude.
so-
Yeah, me too. I've been going through a really hard phase right now in my business. I'm just taking a bunch of risks right now, and it's really, I don't know. I just tell myself, dude, like this shit better work, or we're going under. And I mean, the self talk is really bad. Like, you gotta like not talk to yourself like that. But it's really hard because you kind of like, it's just natural instinct,
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you just like, fuck. Hopefully, I'm making the right move, and at the end of the day, you just either let's say you don't make the move, and you just kind of like, okay, cool, you're in the safe zone type shit.
Yeah,
But then
fuck that.
yeah, like for me, for a long time I just played it safe because I'm like my mom especially, because obviously like I live with my mom and stuff, so we talk here and there, and she's always like more on the protective side. Like, yeah, she wants me to work and stuff, but she wants me to kind of like stay conservative and be more careful with my money and shit. And I mean, I talked to my dad about it too, but he's still the same way, but not as much as my mom. But he's still like, oh no, you should take care of your money like a little bit more. But then again, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just talking out of my ass or something, but they're kind of like more old school
Yeah,
business. But then
yeah.
again, I don't know. I really don't know, because I'm literally like, I play as you go type shit, like just as I go, I like, okay, cool, this works, this doesn't, like, I don't know anything at all. And
Yeah.
so obviously their advice, or like when they try to give me advice, I kind of like, okay, well, yes, I don't know anything. They do know a couple things because they actually backed it up with their actions. But then again, they're kind of like on the older school side. And then there's things that my dad does differently that are like, okay, I know for sure, like, yeah, dude, that's not how you do that,
Yeah.
But then he has like on paper, numbers don't lie. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's just hard, bro. It's just hard, like, to see, like, fuck, hopefully I did this right, and then hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass like later, like years down the road or something.
Yeah, well, at least with me, it's a little bit different because like I've mentioned before, my parents were like field workers. They never really had their own business. So it's kind of hard talking business to them because all they really tell me is like, no, well, figure it out, So I'm kind of just like, that's why I have
A ver qué Dios
business
dice.
friends like you guys, Like what?
No, I'm always like, a ver qué, no, let's say something, a ver qué Dios dice.
Yeah, I lo que
Lo que
well,
Dios-
like my dad says, pues échale putazos,
Mm-hmm.
It's just like kick ass. It's like, well, fuck, I'm trying to, but it's still self-doubt, dude. Just like with automotive repair, there's always something you need with equipment. There is never a time where you don't need something. So perfect example, like sometimes you have to buy stuff and it's like, dude, equipment is like above like $1,500, $2,000, and it's like, shoot, I need to buy this. Am I gonna benefit from it? Am I this? Am I that? But that's a risk you take, Like next thing you know, all right, fuck it, here's a credit card, and next thing you know, you have an amount on the credit card, but like, fuck it. If I self doubt myself, I'm never gonna be able to get the job done. So you just gotta say fuck it, Well, that's the way I fucking.
That's how I think that's the way we, like, true, like, business owners, entrepreneurs. That's how they think. You just gotta say fuck it and do it, even
Fuck
though
it.
it hurts, dude. Like, trust me,
Yeah.
I've done stuff that costed me money, and it's just like, oh wow, it's I'll make it back. But I mean, it sucks because when you don't have the money, you're kind of just thinking about it like fuck.
It's in my case, I always have self-doubt and everything, okay, because automotive repair is expensive, and especially when a job's has to get done right. So imagine having to tell a customer that they have to spend $3,000 or $4,000 to fix their car. You know, I'm always self-doubting myself, like, how am I going to tell the customer? Are they going to get it done? But that's where, like, if they say no, that's where being able to be denied comes in play, as if, like, you know that meaning, what they mean, like, you have to accept the no, you know, you can't let that bring you down, you know. So yeah, that's a lot of self-doubt. There's even self-doubt when trying to figure out what's wrong with the car. I'm always getting cars that people can't figure out, so they practically bring me the headache.
Like, I'll figure this shit out, bro. I can't figure it out.
So it's like people bring me the headache, like, after it's been through a whole bunch of hands, and then it makes me say, well, fuck, if this person didn't figure it out, why didn't this person figure it out? And the thing is, I figure out who the car went through, and then they're pretty smart people. They know what they're doing. And then when it gets to my hands, it's like, damn, like, if they couldn't figure it out, how am I going to be able to figure it out?
Yeah, it makes you, like, exactly, like, the self-doubt. Yeah, the self-doubt. You're just like,
and then once I'm in it, like, and I fucking figure it out, I just, like, boom, you know, I fucking
like, you figured it out, huh?
And I don't like to give up at all. Like, I really have to really figure it out. And if it's something that I think is gonna go a long ways in figuring it out, I let the customer know, like, hey, I can't figure out what's wrong. I'm busy, but if you let me keep the car here for a couple of days, I will figure it out, or else I'll just close my business down. You know? So I, like, forced myself to figure it out. Like, I don't care. I take the extra step, you know. But just the fact that I self-doubted myself, I just gotta say, fuck it, let's get in there and fucking do it. You know, that's the way it is. A lot of people don't like to play. They just like, no, I'd rather not do that because it's risky. Fuck that. Just fucking risk it, you know?
Yeah, you never, like, what if, like, okay, you just fix something that they've gone to, like, all these shops, and then they're like, oh, damn, this place was actually able to fix it.
Yeah,
dude. And then they'll be like, okay, well, this place knows what they're doing, so I'm going to bring all of my
even though my shop's practically like a hole in the wall, because I'm not really out there, you know?
You have to, like, put on the maps, like, on the actual maps to find it, right?
And people do that for me without me having to really put it out there, because I think that's one thing that I enjoy, that people appreciate the fact that I was able to figure out what's wrong with their car. So next thing you know, they're like, okay, cool, you figured out what's wrong. Now I want you to do all the services that it needs, and in 2 weeks I'm gonna bring you my wife's car. So, like, next thing you know, I'm staying busy because I figured out what's wrong with one car, you know. But that's what I worked for, to be able to do this, to be able to diagnose cars, you know. Like, I really, practically the business side of this stuff is new to me, but the automotive, like, repair stuff, that I've been doing it since I was 18, you know, 17, 18. So
yeah, so you're pretty confident in your skills, since obviously, you know, you've been doing it for
a minute.
You were 18 type thing. But
so you learn something within 8 years of doing something.
Yeah, you learn, so obviously you become pretty proficient at it, but you never know everything. So obviously there's gonna be scenarios where you're like, okay, I don't know what to do here. I could either reject the job or force myself to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, have you ever had cases where you couldn't fix it?
Well,
or you had to turn it away? Maybe not recently, maybe a while ago. I don't know.
No, so usually I don't like turning cars away at all. Like, if it's something really technical, what I usually start doing, I start calling old friends that are gearheads, and I ask them, hey, have you ever ran into this issue? No, I haven't. And then I'll sort of talk to the situation with them. Okay, well, try this. Look at the signal here. Pin it at the ECU. This and that. And then I'm just like, I already did all that. Okay, well, this and that. And You know, if they can't figure it out with me, I'll call another person. Like, hey, Jose, have you ever had an issue? Oh, yeah, I've had that issue. The issue that I had was this. Like, just on... Dude, it's so crazy. It is so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw my post on Instagram. I forgot to update because I was just so busy. But I had this car with the transmission issue. The owner of the car had taken the car to another shop.
Was it the one where you had like a bunch of little stories?
Yeah, that
Okay.
one. That one. So trip out on the story. This is and I actually had self-doubt as well. Okay, trip out. So the car had been at another shop. It was shifting really bad when you were driving, and it had transmission codes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm over here thinking they didn't want to do the repair because they didn't feel comfortable. You know, they didn't feel the comfort of the transmission actually being bad. You know, so the husband decided to find somewhere else, and then they through referrals they got to me. And then the wife was talking to me. She's like, hey, you know, we're having this problem with our car. They told us it needs a transmission. How much do you quote us to do a transmission? So I just told her, hey, you know, instead of quoting you off the line for a transmission repair, why don't you let me diagnose the vehicle? You know,
Just to make sure it's
just
gonna
to
be
make
the
sure that
transmission.
transmission's there.
Maybe it's something else.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, imagine in that case if I would hold on, never mind. I'll get to the story right now. So she didn't want to do it because she didn't want to pay. You know, I told her, you're paying for the diagnostic. You're paying to really know what's wrong with your car. You're not paying for me to just tell you some bogus. You know, by you paying, I'm gonna put my brain into it and really figure out what's wrong. You know, so she was finally convinced her, and then she's like, okay, but can you still give me a quote for the transmission? And then I was like, let me figure out what's wrong. You know, like, whatever it is, like, I'll work something out. Like, don't worry about it. Let me figure out. Because I had a feeling, too, like, based off of the codes. Like, when I see codes, I could sort of... It runs through my head. What could be wrong, you know?
You've seen plenty of those codes, huh?
Yeah. Many
Okay.
times. Especially with Nissan. Oh, man, I maybe shouldn't say that. But anyways, so they finally bring me the car, and I go on test drive. I drive it, and then the transmission is shifting weird, everything. Okay, I was looking at data. I was like, okay, things don't look... I just know the numbers. You know, things don't look good. It's not doing this. It's not doing that. So then I start doing my research on it, you know, and I noticed that I was having like a cluster problem, and then I'm like, okay, why am I having a cluster problem? So then when there's like a electrical issue going on, which is like dash lights or whatever, first thing I always do, and what every other mechanic should do, which is what they don't do, is look at wiring diagrams. I love wiring diagrams because they tell you exactly where the main those lead the way for you. Okay, so already in my head, I'm already like, okay, where do I start? Like, am I gonna be able to figure this out? I'm already starting with self-doubt, you know, because I'm over here like, what if it is a transmission or whatever? So I go through the wiring diagram, and then for a little bit I did think the transmission was bad, because those transmissions are common for going bad. But then I looked at the wiring diagram, I go to the back, and then the system, the cluster, the brake, the brake sensor, the brake light sensor, and all of that stuff is in the... It's all one unit. So I go to the back, and then the light bulbs are corroded, and I was like, okay, I think that's an issue. So I went ahead and took them off, cleaned off the corrosion, and put new light bulbs in it, and no more transmission issues.
So there was nothing wrong with the transmission?
It was nothing wrong with the transmission. It was just light bulbs that were interfering with the brake system. So the brake system's also connected to the transmission, because when you press on your brakes, your transmission has to know what to do.
Downshift.
Downshift,
Yeah.
slow down, less RPM, more RPM, all of that stuff. So I had never seen that problem before, you know, but I was at the beginning, I was doubting myself, like, dude, how am I gonna... I don't even know where the fuck to start here.
And then, did you know what shop they took it to or no? or no?
Yeah, it's some shop.
I know, but you know, like, okay, they're pretty good at their stuff, or no?
Mm,
Like, did it make you think like, oh fuck, if they can't figure it out,
a little bit.
what makes you think I'm gonna
A
figure it
little
out?
bit, yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit,
Okay.
because I'm just like, damn, But it just, I'm not used to. I still haven't gotten used to the fact that people bring me their cars when they can't figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Either if it was one person or another person, So all the time they bring their car, I self doubt like, fuck, if they couldn't figure it out, why? How am I gonna figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
But instead of now thinking that, I should be like, okay, well now another car that I have to figure out. I still have a lot of self doubt in me, and that's maybe because I feel alone. I feel like I have no one to really ask questions to that's with me because I'm always alone at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So self doubt, I really say fuck it.
Yeah, like I said, dude, like I feel like that's almost like a high in the high 90s, like 90-95% of the true business owners, like when they encounter self doubt, they'll be like, okay, fuck it,
Yeah.
That's kind of how you do it. But yeah, I mean, too, dude, I've had a bunch of stuff like self doubt. I really just trust myself. I always go back to this, bro. Like, if I was able to freaking survive like the first 3 years where it was like completely dead, I'm like, and then obviously I wasn't like nowhere near where I'm at right now mentally and educated and all these resources, and I read now, which is pretty cool. I think it's cool. I think reading is cool. You guys should read. But I'm like exposed to all this information now, so maybe sometimes I'm going through some times in business where like fuck, it's dead. I still gotta pay my employees. I'm always like, when I start thinking about that, like all the negative self-talk starts coming to me. But then I'm like, come on, dude, you were able to like scale this out to this much, like all this work, and then for nothing, like no, just gotta grind it out. It's only a rough. You're not gonna be in business for 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
It's almost one of those where it's like I didn't come this far.
Just this far, just for like a rough months to bring me down. You gotta just. And it's cool because I think I just heard about this in a like a podcast or something, but it's kind of like those times where you get low. It's like okay, I obviously did something's going on. The market is fucked up. I fucked up. I'm not sure what fucked up, but it kind of gives you like if you truly want your business or company to succeed, it gives you like no choice but to just like keep on going forward. Like yeah, you might not have the money, but you could do other things to still put in the work. If you don't have money for advertising, you don't have money for giveaways or something, like if you really can't afford it, you could still do like the way to do it honestly is word of mouth. Just go out there, try to strike up a conversation with someone. Hey, what's up, what are you doing, this and that, I own this, these are my designs of my of my products and stuff like that. And just even if like you don't put in like the actual like money into advertising, but word of mouth still kind of like not kind of it actually that's the most effective way to
it's the best advertising.
It's the best advertising. But even if you do all these ads, like for me, I saw forever like yes, ads do work, but it's not really cost effective. Depends how you look at it. Like let's say like for example the Dr. Squatch soaps. I don't know, I think I posted it not so long ago.
Oh yeah.
So I would always see the ads, and then obviously one day I bought in. Like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And then I tried it, I liked it. And then how did that product go to the other people? Word of mouth. I told them, hey, these soaps are fucking badass. To my cousin, for example. And then he tried them, like, dude, you're right, they're fucking cool. I like them. So he has like a subscription. I have a subscription. And then one of my coworkers here, Rafa, we gave him a soap. He fucked with it. I think he uses them now. So everything's, it starts with someone, but then after that, it's just word of mouth.
Yeah.
Because that's like people think word of mouth means like just like small business to small business, but no, it's really to anyone.
Yeah.
Because even if you're on the East Coast, you could still tell someone, and then that someone will have a friend like, Facebook or something. You're like, oh, try this. It worked for me. You should really try it. It's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's like another way that you can do whenever you don't have the resources to kind of like. Well, the money really to spend on advertising and giveaways and stuff like that. Just whenever you're feeling like, fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to move my product, just tell someone about it. Make sure your focus is on the customer, on the quality, on the value that you're providing, and the rest will kind of take care of itself. Sometimes it just takes. I feel like that's where I'm at right now. Like pretty confident we're doing everything not perfect because it's nothing is really perfect really. But we're doing like I personally feel like we're doing things really well. It's just a matter of time of letting the cake bake.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling my dad. Like, look, I kind of talked to him, really just about that, not really like personal stuff. But when it comes to business, I kind of talked to him about it, and then he's like, well, I mean, from what you're doing, it looks like you're doing everything right. The reason why you're not here yet is obviously because I'm just saying this like in a little, what is it called, like quote, no, like slang, and not slang, but kind of like as a just letting the cake bake. That's what I'm trying to say. So we just have to wait it out. It's gonna flourish. It just takes time.
We kind of forget where how far we've came.
Yeah.
I honestly
I always go back to that. I'm like, I remember just my little office it wasn't even an office, dude. It was like,
I remember.
It was, wait, which one?
When it was over there.
No, over there.
Oh no, I would
first
never
year.
Went over there.
Bro, it wasn't an office. It was just a big room like this. We put them like 4x4. I don't even know what the fuck they're called, but like wood on the bottom, wood on the top, and then we just put kind of like drywall and made like our own little office. Mm-hmm. But you could only really fit like a person or two at most. Yeah. You had to like, hey, God, watch out behind you. So you had to like scoot forward, like scoot.
Okay.
Like, you got to scoot your chair to like go.
But yeah, look at now,
So I always just look back to that, dude. I'm like, oh, okay, well, we had a phone display, and then the phone display we didn't have phones. We had phone cases. Huh. And the customers would be like, oh, how much is that phone? Like, oh, that's a phone case,
Yeah.
So I just go back to that. I'm like, all right, yeah, we're not there, so we're good.
Yeah, exactly.
So just like, I don't know, dude. Just try to think of, to the person who asked, just focus on what you could do now, what you could control, which is obviously just focusing on the customer experience, on the quality of your product or service, and just think about how it was like a year ago. Obviously, you've made some progress. So
think where you were at just at least a year ago. If you're consistent, if you're putting in the hours, if you're freaking hustling, if you're not, I mean, it might be okay to be a little bit sad here and there, but if you're freaking
bro, I'm sad like 3 times a week.
Yeah, fuck,
4 times a week.
Fuck, ask me about the past 2 months with this fucking foot. But if you're like putting in the work, you're just saying fuck it, let's do it. Like, trust me, I'm pretty sure you will be in a way different spot than a year ago. Just think a year back,
Exactly. That's what I do. I go years back. I'm like I said, yeah, we're not there.
If
we're here.
If you're in the same spot, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, of course.
You're not hustling enough. Like, you have a plan B. Like, fuck your plan B. Stick to your fucking plan A. Your plan B should be to fucking make plan A work.
Also expose yourself to more good information, dude. There's like so much information nowadays. Podcasts are really good. Like, I think we were talking to Mr. Fig earlier today, or was it today?
Dude, that guy's a badass.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I'm pretty sure he's gonna watch this, but probably doesn't know it. But he's like, I look up to him. I really do.
Oh fuck.
I look up to him. Like, actually, literally, I was telling Mitzi the other day, like, whenever I'm about to make a decision, like, I'm like, hey, you know what's so funny, Mitzi? She's like, oh, what? Like, whenever I'm like about to make a decision or something, I ask myself, what would David do?
Yeah.
Because I honestly, I truly think he's like really, really badass.
I think that Deuce would say.
So that's how I'm like, fuck. What would David do? What would David do? Because he's like the most. I mean, I could say what would Andy do too, but me and David are closer than Andy doesn't even know I exist. Maybe he does. I don't know. But yeah, I always say, wow, what would David do? Like, okay, I feel like he would do this, and yeah, it's just shit like that, bro. You just expose yourself to the right information, and just put it to work. Read books, please. Like we were talking about in the morning, like maybe that book, you're not going to know what the whole book said, but maybe a line out of the chapter or like a paragraph or a quote or something. It'll come back to you when you come across that same scenario. Like, okay, wait, actually, I read this in this book and it recommended I do this. Obviously, you're going to use that information rather than just going with your own gut, since that person's obviously done what, you're trying to do.
And then, funny enough, I kind of want to bring back last week's episode real quick. I actually challenged myself today on my comfort.
The comfort zone?
Yeah. So check it out. It's I don't know. It's in me. It's built in me. It's my situation is a little bit different than yours. Today when I was leaving work, the shop, I was driving and I saw Sprinter vans parked outside with the big door open, meaning that whatever they were doing, that's more than likely they're Sprinter vans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I work on Sprinter vans. I would love working on Sprinter vans. They're freaking awesome. You know, one of the best vans ever made by Mercedes or any manufacturer. I park. I get out of my truck. I walk in. Hello. I saw someone, and they were like, "Yes, how may I help you?" And I told them, "Hey, you know, I see you guys have 3 Sprinter vans parked outside. They look fairly new, but I'm really experienced with Sprinter vans. I have my shop down the street. If you guys ever need anything, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to do any services on your van." And they started asking me like, "Oh, who are you? What do you do?" Like they started asking for my information, you know. And I sort of told them, and I sold myself because they told me like, you know what? I'm pretty sure one of them's gonna need an oil change pretty soon. They're fairly new, but I would like to start with the services, you know. And then I left them my business card, and they were like, "Okay, we'll be calling you pretty soon." And then I was like, "All right." Shook the dude's hand and everything, and it felt good. Like
that's the way to do it, bro.
Natural.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, that's good.
But do you see how you can't have self doubt? You know, even though you do, because I just tell myself, "Oh, is it worth it?" It's just like, am I gonna make a fool of myself? Fuck it, let's go. So I went in there, and no, the dude was really cool. Started asking me questions, and then you just never know. What if I do get those 3 Sprinter vans for my business?
What do they own, like other stuff that involves like vans?
Exactly. Yeah. So at the end of the day, sort of we're talking about when you're slow, you know, in a slow month, I could maybe stop by at that shop and be like, "Hey, you know, right now I have time to
follow up, you know,
follow up how are you guys
with your
doing?
clients.
Oh, you know what? This light came on the van. Do you think you have time to check it out? Oh, no problem." So as a business owner, well, a small business owner, at least me, I go looking for the work when I don't have any. I go out there and because everyone has cars, and I know of everyone has cars.
Same with here, bro. Everyone has a phone.
Exactly.
Everyone has a phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everyone breaks your
another
phone.
Thing though. Another thing about self doubt. When I feel like shitty about like the situation I'm in or what I'm going through, a good workout or do stuff that your competition won't do. So let's say like when I go running at night, and for instance, like, you know, I feel like fuck, today was one of those days I just want to like fucking kill myself and shit, you know. I'll just be running and I'm running fucking hard, sweat dripping down my face. I'm like, I'm pretty sure my competition ain't doing this, so at least I'm fucking doing that right. At least I'm doing that right. Yeah.
Him, you know?
Yeah. So you see, like, you know, like let's say today I was well, today wasn't even slow, but towards the end it got slow. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go jump rope, get my workout out of the way. I'm over there jump roping my zone, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking, this is pretty cool. Like the sweat's dripping down my face, the sun's hitting. I mean, I have my hoodie on, so it kind of like, you know, I'm facing away from the sun, but you know, you're still getting the heat. And I'm like, I am pretty sure those other motherfuckers aren't doing this shit.
So you feel like Rocky. Like
someone came up to me today, like, "You look like Rocky, bro. Good shit." I was like, "Thank you, man." It's like some old head, but he's cool. Yeah. Like, I used to be a boxer when I was your age, but obviously, you know, I'm old already. I don't do that no more. But yeah, I just do things that, you know, kind of relieve the stress.
Out of the ordinary, you know.
Yeah, out of the ordinary, exactly. And when I do this, like, oh, okay, I'm waking up, and it doesn't mean you have to wake up early. Like, I honestly, the reason I wake up early is because I kind of started doing it like 2 years ago, and it just stuck with me, and I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. But then again, I go to sleep early too, so
yeah.
So it's like it's different. The people think like, oh, you have to wake up at freaking early in the morning and then fucking sleep like a little bit type shit, you know?
Yeah.
But it's not that. It's just, I don't know. I just started waking up early and I kind of just got used to it. It feels weird when I wake up like past 5. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Fucking,
honestly,
it's late.
like sleeping in for me is like 6:30, 7.
And it wasn't always like that. Sometimes I would wake up like, it took like little by little. I started like waking up like at 7, and then 6:30, and then for a couple months and to 6, and then 5:30, and then 5, and then there was one point where we were fucking waking up like at 3:30, and then me and my cousin were like, dude, this shit's nuts. Let's just get some more sleep. And then he started going to gym at night, and I started going in the morning still, but not that early. I put my alarm like around like 4:45, and I get to the gym around 5 to 5:30 or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that doesn't mean you have to wake up early. It's just kind of what works for you, you know. For me, I'm most productive from like the time I wake up to about 3 p.m. After that, it's gonna sound stupid, but I gotta crack open a bang.
Yeah.
After that, I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to be here no more.
I just drink my black coffee, like straight black
or coffee too,
you know?
But
yeah,
Star Blast is the way to go.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, we're basically done with this topic. Just kill that shit, dude.
Just say fuck it. Trust me. You will thank me later. Polito, you will thank me later. Just say fuck it and do it.
You know? That's what I did here, bro. I could have rented this spot out where we're recording right now, but I said fuck it, and I kept it to myself. And now we got like a little studio. Not even a studio. It's just where we work in the back, but we got cool Funkos and shit, you know?
Yeah, and we're able to do this. Without this area, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah, know? I mean, yeah, but it would be like more uncomfortable. I don't know. Just say fuck it, dude. Fuck it and do it. Whatever you got in mind, just do it. If it doesn't work, then don't even think it's not gonna work. Cause
like don't put any.
Just know it's gonna work. Just know it's gonna work. Maybe it's not gonna work right now, but it'll work.
Like if it doesn't work, you guys could fucking come to us and blame us. You know, like just fucking blame us. You know?
So we do got a couple of questions for.
I think so do I.
Okay. Oh, we got another question. Okay, cool. We got like 5 minutes, so let's answer this real quick.
Cool.
I will go first. So, let me see. This one was stupid. Well, when self-doubt arises, how do you guys look at what coming? Okay, we kind of answered that right now, but I mean, it was for that person. Fuck it. Remember? Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Mr. Fig said, funniest customer interaction so far. Okay, so I was trying. There's a couple. But one that it's like absolute most. We even have it on video. We had a customer. She is really cool. Well, she was or she is. She's still cool. We still fuck. No, we don't. Well, I don't know. It's just so weird and nasty. I don't know if I ever told you. No.
Probably not.
But the restroom situation? No. The restroom situation?
No.
I
don't think so.
Okay. We got like 5 minutes. Okay. So we had a customer. She's like an OG customer. She would come. Her family would come. One day she came in. She had to use the restroom. And we're like, yeah, sure. Go for it. It's right there. And then we're checking her out. We're ringing her up or whatever. And then she comes out of the restroom kind of crying. And I'm like, well, I wasn't here, but that's what my cousin said. And like, oh, what happened? You know, is everything good? Like, oh, yeah, do you have a trash bag? And I was like, because I kind of made a mess in there. And I was like, oh, it's fine. You don't got to clean it up. I mean, we work here. We'll clean it. You know, it's fine. And like, are you sure? Like, yeah. And then she just grabs his shit and she like runs out crying. And then my cousin was just like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever, you know? I mean, he goes over there, tries to clean it. Bro, we walk in there. There was shit all over the floor.
Oh, what? No way.
Yes, it was shit all over the floor. The toilet was like, everything was like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened, bro. But point is, the shop smelled like shit for the rest of the day. And we used up all the Febreze. We fucking unclogged it, but that shit was nasty.
Yeah.
That shit was bad, bro. That shit was bad. I mean, we haven't seen her ever since. I mean, I don't think she's ever going to come back. But, yeah, I mean, if you ever watch this, we miss you. No, but yeah, she was a cool customer, but I don't know what the fuck happened. She probably ate Chipotle or something.
Honestly, people, I mean, taking a shit, it's part of being a human.
Yeah, you know? I don't know.
Like,
she just...
some people get shy about it, and I mean, I get it, you know, but fuck, you know, like...
I don't know, but it was... I mean, yes, it was pretty nasty. We had to clean up the shit.
Yeah, yeah, when you have to clean up people's shit, that's when it is like, fuck.
I'm like, fuck,
you know,
man.
Like, really? Yeah.
But, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I think that was like the weirdest, nastiest, and funniest, because it was like a mixed emotions that day. We were like, fuck, I don't even know to be mad, to be fucking laughing, to be disgusted. We were just like... Because I walked in here like, dude, why the fuck does this smell like shit?
Yeah.
And then I was all like...
You're all blaming your cousin. You're like, dude...
Yeah, I'm like, wow, dude, it smells like shit. What the fuck happened? And then he's like, dude, go check the restroom. I'm like, no. And I go in there. That shit was bad. Fuck. But yeah. That one was pretty crazy, bro.
What else?
Do one. You got one?
Let me see.
How much time we got on here? Yeah, we got a couple more minutes, bro.
Okay, let me see.
I got one right now if you want to.
Nah, go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Talk stock market. I'm sorry, dude, but I don't have anything in the stocks. I don't know shit about stocks or crypto or NFTs. So
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't know.
I was getting into it for like maybe like 2 years ago, and I think I was just buying for like long term.
I don't even know. I mean,
you know, like
I don't know. Bro.
I bought some of Tesla when it was like at $300. Mm-hmm. I bought I think it was Amazon when they divided their shares. Mm-hmm. I bought GoPro, like all these stuff, like, you know, like, okay, I have $1,000 in my pocket, I'm gonna just play with it. Yeah. So, and I threw it in, and like next thing you know, dude, it came to a point where like I was like making $600-$700 off of like Tesla.
Yeah.
You know, but
I just never educated myself.
It's
on
pretty
it.
cool.
I'm sure it works, dude. You know, if it's working for you, cool. But
I have customers that tell me like that to invest in it, and that they'll lead the way for me. But they do like day
trading. No? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, and but they tell me that they have to treat it like a job, like an actual real job.
Yeah,
and that's very true.
Yeah, so. I don't know, dude. Just if it's working for you, bro, just keep on doing your shit, and you know, just
and let us know.
Let us know, dude.
Because
yeah.
for sure in the future, I'll be down.
Just invest in shit that you know about. That's what I do. Like,
yeah, just
we know what our gig, so we invest in our gig. You know.
Yeah. So, what else?
My homie said, Ghost, Highline Ghost. How do you discipline yourself to wake up and you take vacations? Like I said, bro, it's not, at this point, it's not even discipline. Like, it just became a habit. Like, I don't force myself to get, I mean, yeah, there's days I'm like, I'm tired, but whatever, you know? I feel like more shitty if I don't go, you know? Like, I'm gonna feel shitty. Like, yeah, I'm tired, but if I don't go, I'm gonna be pissed off at myself. So
yeah.
At that point, it's just, it created a habit, a non-negotiable type shit. Like, I don't even, like, I just do it. You get used to it when you do it long enough.
Yeah.
Vacations. Last time I had a day off was January 16th, 17th, something like that. Beginning of January. Actually, no, like I went to Tennessee with my dad, and I didn't want to go, but I just went with him because I don't spend time with him, and I'm like, fuck it, you know, it's my dad, even though you're not really close. Like I'll just go with him. But no, not really, dude. I don't take vacations. I don't take days off. There's just days I don't feel it. If I don't feel it, I kind of go home maybe like an hour earlier too. But I try to avoid that because it's gonna cost me in the long run, little by little.
Yeah.
Remember, the shit we're trying to accomplish is pretty big, so every hour shit counts. But it's just different lifestyle for me, dude. Like I live and breathe this like every single day. It's the same shit.
Yeah, you know?
Like literally every day.
Like people call me boring, but I'm just like, oh, this is actually fun for me, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's fun, but there's days where you like, fuck this shit, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It just really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to have like work-life balance, probably won't happen. I mean, it will, but you probably won't be able to accomplish like something huge. But for me, it's just, dude, this is literally what I do every single day. Wake up, gym, go home, shower, breakfast, come here, read, do my work. If I want to leave early or something, I'll leave like around 5. That's early for me. If not, then I'll be here till 7:30.
He actually talks to a lot of chicks too. He just doesn't want to.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, to get back to Ghost real quick, I just say fuck it. Mm-hmm. I just like fuck it.
But I mean, I'm not saying don't take a day off. Like it's just the reason I don't take a day off is because I don't have anything going on in my life. I barely have like 1 or 2 friends, which is him and my cousin, which is my cousin. So I don't know, it's a friend cousin. That's really about it, dude. I don't have any friends. I don't have brothers. I don't have sisters. My parents are like, they don't live together. I don't get along with my stepdad and my mom. Well, she's kind of with him all the time, so it's like I'd really like, hey mom, what's up? Yeah, that's really about it, dude. I spend time with my dogs when I go walk them, and then people at work here. That's about it.
Or me.
Or him, yeah. That's about it, dude. So that's why I don't take days off. But I mean, if I had like other stuff going on in my life, then obviously that requires attention too. But since I don't, I just do this every day.
We're right there. Sure.
We'll just finish these off right now.
Okay, cool.
So Mrs. Fig said, who breaks devices more, males or females? Definitely females. It's more of the, how like, you get like a lot of the oopsies. I hit a freaking a sidewalk hit me.
Yeah. Dude, I get those a lot from women. I get like, oh my god, my tie rods are bent. I don't know why. Well, did you go over a curb? Did you hit something?
Like, no, the curb hit me.
Yeah, it was like a little oopsies, Mm-hmm. And then I'm not gonna mention her name, but I actually had just recently
mm-hmm.
a customer that she was gonna get rid of her car because it was giving her too much problems. Totally understandable. And she told me that she was gonna get like an SUV, and then I was like, cool, now you actually be able to go over the sidewalks and not go oopsies because your SUV is.
Yes, you can handle that shit.
And she's like laughing. She like put it like all capitals, laughing my ass off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be glad about these oopsies.
About the oopsies, yeah.
So it's just a woman thing, but it's okay. Like, yeah, like Even on my girlfriend's car, the side of the wheels, like
they're all fucking scratched up.
Fucked
yeah,
up. I'm just like,
no, yeah, that's cool, bro.
You know, but women.
But yeah, females for sure. Females break the stuff most. You know, it's like out of our customers, probably like 75% females, 25%. No, like 70 and 30. Yeah, but it's a good amount of females. And then my homie Mick from the East Coast. Shout out to Mick. He's fucking badass right now. He's doing some other shit, but he is the OG plug for phones, consoles, basically anything. He's like, it's crazy because he's not even 21, and he's like really, really up there in our industry. Like everyone from Facebook knows him, and Facebook group is like a shitload of people. So shout out Mick. He said, name 3 life goals. I'll go first.
Okay.
Goal number 1 for me is to build the shit out of this company. You know, honestly, I don't really care how long it takes, but there's a franchise out there. I think so far they're like taking over the East Coast, but yeah, that's really where I want to do, and just across the nation. They have I'll say the name is. They're called Techie. It's really like the shit that they're doing is exactly like the way I want to do it, but obviously my way. But it's just like a super good model. Like I try to follow what they do because obviously it's working and shit, and they're just, you know, expanding all through the East Coast little by little. I notice they're kind of getting more to like the center, but yeah, that's really what I want to do. It's fucking badass what they do. The name sounds cool too, Techie, and it has like a cool little logo. But yeah, kind of like that. But obviously here I want to have my it's gonna sound weird, but I want to have a 4-story building with like a helicopter pad on the top.
There we fucking go.
But yeah, that's number 1. Number 2 is I do want to have a family. You know, I've always been an only child, so I do want to have a family at one point. You know,
last time he told me he wanted to have like 10 kids.
No, not 10 kids. I just don't want to. I just don't want it to be him or her to be an only child, because that just sucks, bro. I don't. I mean, now I just live with it. I live with it now. It's like, cool, whatever. I'm an only child. It's not like I can tell, hey mom, I want a brother. I mean, she's kind of older now. So yeah. And then 3rd would be just what would my 3rd one be? I don't know, bro. It's really just a business, to be honest. I don't really got much. If I had to think of one, probably just be more mentally tough, dude. Every year get mentally tougher because life's a bitch, you know? Life's a bitch, and if you're not mentally prepared, that's just gonna treat you like a bitch. Yeah, that's about it, man. What about you? 3 life goals.
My 3 life goals, one of them for sure is I want to have a lot of businesses, not just automotive repair, but I want like all sorts of businesses. I want to do real estate. I want to do a lot of automotive repair. I even want to do restaurants. I want to do laundromats. I want to do all that type of stuff. So I would say passive income. You know,
like different streams of income.
Yeah, different streams of income to the point where it's like a fuck ton. You know, but even though it's a fuck ton, I still want to be your typical dude that makes not so much money.
Yeah, no, like, you know? I feel like money's a good thing. Like if you do like good things with it, you know. I personally don't feel like money's a bad thing. It's just what you do with it. Your intentions. You know,
I want a lot of money to fucking be able to build more, to make the community better, to give to church, to you know, build more businesses. What can I do for my city that's gonna
that's exactly what I do too with the 4-story building. I want to not only employ, but my main purpose is to employ hundreds of employees that are like college dropouts or high school dropouts, but obviously not because they're lazy, just because I personally feel like school's not for everyone. So I do want to be able to help out those, give an opportunity, a career for those who don't go the school route, you know.
Exactly.
So basically, you know how Haas does it, even though Haas is not a good company to work for, but you know how they employ like a bunch of people who, you know, don't really do college and stuff. They just want to work, basically like that. But obviously more, I guess you could say, you know, that they care about you, and because I've heard like negative things about them. Basically, kind of like that. Like they kind of turn to that company, but for the bad reason, and the reason because they need a job, obviously. But the bad reason is like, you know, I know it's gonna suck, but whatever. You know, they'll pay me okay. But basically like that. Oh, I want to go to that company because they pay good. But then I don't need an education to work for them, you know. I just have to, you know, as long as you have the ganas to work.
Exactly.
Then I'll be good, and I'll be making X amount of money, 6 figures, 7 figures, you know, one day.
Within a couple of years.
Within a couple of years, yeah. So that's what I really want to do, and I mean, I genuinely want to do that.
And my second goal is so first goal, passive income, and be able to provide to the community, to make a place better.
Mm-hmm.
And my second goal is so me and my mom, like I mentioned before, me growing up, I kind of didn't. Me and my mom really didn't get along.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're like best friends. It's
Close,
funny.
Yeah.
I would say we barely got close. Maybe about a year and a half ago. She's awesome. So I kind of like I feel bad, So I kind of want to buy her a house. Like
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to buy her a house and like, cause she's a hard worker. She's a labor worker with undocumented. Same with my dad. So I want to be able to buy them a house because they don't have retirement or none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of my goals, and I always tell her. And then I tell her like, I want you to live to the point where I pay you back, And she
Pay
tells
back,
me,
yeah. For all the
she
things that
tells me
don't
you don't
pay.
have to pay me back, And then I'm like, no, like I have to, That's one of my main goals, just be able to get my
I feel like, guys, that's how it should be with everyone,
Yeah,
with everyone.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, all the stuff that they're giving you when you're a baby, they're kind of like, they're giving to you, but at least me, I feel like you should pay it back to them.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to buy them their home, and my mom loves animals, so I'll probably get her a home.
Like a ranch or something? Like,
Yeah,
with the ranch horses.
Yeah. Dude,
and
she likes
chickens.
like chickens, rabbits,
Everything.
dogs. I'm gonna just make sure I'm gonna get her a house, and I'm gonna get her like every animal that could like exist, So
Okay.
so that, and then my third, I really want my girlfriend to be my business partner as well, even though she has her own thing going on.
No, yeah, of course,
You know,
she can help you with certain
Yeah,
things in the business.
that's my ultimate goal, for her to know business, even though she's a school
Have
person.
her involved,
Yeah, even though she's a school person, I really want her to be heavily involved, and I really want her to have her own business as well, So for me to be able to, for her to do that, I really have to like push her, So that is one of my also life goals, for her to be involved heavily. So
Yeah, that's cool, bro.
But
That's
yeah,
cool. I fuck with it. All right, guys. Well, that is our time is up. So
we truly appreciate that you guys are taking your guys' time to listen to us. Like,
I know, dude.
we
Like,
promise you, this is gonna be somewhere someday.
yeah.
You know?
Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much.
Truly
We
means a
appreciate
lot.
you. To our subscribers, 5, 6, hopefully 7 by tomorrow. But yeah, thank you guys, and yeah, we're out of here, dude.
You guys
Yeah,
have a good night.
I mean, I don't
Thank
even think it's recording anymore. So I don't even know why we're pointing at the camera.
Oh, that's right. Huh?
Thank
Still,
you
we're
guys.
still
You guys
enthusiastic,
have a good night. Peace.